Hey, my name is Rachel, and this is Designed Resilience, the corner of the internet where we talk about building daily habits and practices to help you roll with life, whether it's uphill or downhill. And today's topic is resilience is not masking. And I say that because we haven't talked about design resilience in about 3 weeks. I haven't put out a video in about 3 weeks. And there are a couple of reasons for that. The first week that I didn't put out a video, it was because I was depressed. And the second two were due to travel for work. Um, but I wanted to talk about why I didn't feel like I could film when I was depressed. And it's been a cycle in my life that whenever something comes to an end, when I was younger in high school or college, when the semester was over, I'd finish my tests. And then as soon as there was a release in my schedule or a little bit of extra time or a break, I would get sick because I had pushed myself so hard through the semester that when I finally gave myself a little break, my body was like, take advantage of it. And I would get sick. And that kind of happened 3 weeks ago. And I think what it was is after moving to Colorado and kind of getting everything settled, um, my life has slowed down because there wasn't as much preparation. There wasn't as much things to do. And because we haven't yet sold the Texas house, we're being pretty frugal. And so I'm not distracted by all the activities that I would do or take advantage of now that I'm in a new location that offers literally anything and everything you could want to do. And so there's been a lot more time at home, a lot more time quiet. And as a result of that, instead of being physically sick this time, I think my emotions caught up with me. And there are things in the past few years that I've gone through that have required resilience. And at the time, that resilience did not include a processing of my emotions. So I lost my mom in December of 2022. I was unexpectedly let go from an executive level job in December of 2023. I spent 6 months unemployed, which was an intense time of soul searching. And I am so grateful for the support that I had and all the things that I had done leading up to that, following the 5 pillars, that enabled me to go through that difficult time. But then I got a new job and I work with amazing people. There's still insecurity in a new job. You still kind of get your footing under you for the first year or so. And then a major move, a move that I never expected in my life to make. I'm a fourth generation Texan. I never thought I would leave, but there are so many beautiful things about moving to Colorado. So what I decided to do, because naturally as someone who speaks about resilience, I know all the things that I need to do to right my ship when I started to feel myself sinking. And I realized through some conversations that I was not lacking in resilience when I let my feelings be. When I respected the fact that my energy was low and I didn't overdo it on weekends. When I respected the fact that I needed to cry and I could make room in the day to do that. When I knew that the foundation I had created with my resilience was still there and I wasn't falling below that foundation, but that I needed to not mask my feelings, that I needed to process them and sit with them and honor them, especially because I had the time now and I had the space. And I will say that it was probably a week and a half of very low energy. I did not do my daily and weekly chores around the house. Luckily, my husband was very understanding and allowed me to have the time I needed to mourn and grieve and feel so many of the things that I had pushed through. And as I thought about my audience, which is 40 subscribers now, 40, that's huge. Can't believe it. Thank you. Um, I thought it would be disingenuous to try to push through and to try to create content because I always put out a video on Fridays. So I wanted to be an example of when resilience includes feeling low and having low energy and not keeping up with your to-do list and really just taking care of yourself. Resilience isn't always bold. Resilience isn't always strong. It is sometimes having put things in place so that when you need to lay down, you can. And so having those things, having the positive self-concept and the awareness of what I needed and what was best for me in the moment, even if it wasn't pretty, even if it wasn't put together, even if it meant 3-day-old greasy hair. And I did change my pajamas every day. But that's still resilient. I didn't give up. I didn't forget all of the amazing things that are in my life, but I did make space for the uncomfortable emotions. And so I want you to know that if you've been going through something and you're trying to be resilient, it does not mean you have to mask. It does not mean that you have to pretend like things aren't hard or that they don't suck or that you're not overwhelmed, even if it feels like that, but your truth is different. Because that's really where I was struggling. My truth, the factual circumstances of my life are stable because I've done the daily habits to build my resilience. Financially, we are safe. We have community who loves us and cares for us and will show up for us in a minute. Our bodies are healthy and strong. And I'd say our, meaning me and my husband, but like mine. Our brains didn't stop working. All of those pillars of resilience allowed me to walk through the emotional valley I needed to. And since I did that and then immediately had kind of some back-to-back travel related to work, I'm in a lot better, healthier, happier place now because I let those emotions happen. Just like when I was younger, when I let that sickness roll through me and it forced me to rest and to feed myself and to take care of myself and reduce my stress, I came out on the other side just fine. And so that's the beauty of resilience. And that's the beauty of building it before you need it, is that when you do fall apart, it's okay. Any of all these other systems laying underneath to catch you and hold you so that you don't have to grind through, you don't have to push through when you need a break, when your body or your soul is saying, we have to rest. We can't push this anymore. So, break is over. I'm so excited to be back with you and talking to you about all the things that help make life more visible, more able to be enjoyed. I was talking to a friend and, both of us have gone through a lot of change lately. And I have come to believe that moments of stability and periods of stability in our life, while that's what we want because that feels comfortable, they're very short-lived. And the ones of us who are most successful are the ones who learn how to dance around the potholes, take one step forward and 2 steps back, because that's a cha-cha. It's not really a cha-cha. Cha-cha is more lateral, but you know what I mean. So thank you for the grace. Thank you for those of you who didn't give up on me, even though I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks. And I hope that what I have clarified recently for myself, that resilience doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be clean. It doesn't have to be strong. It's not about faking it. It's about taking care of yourself today so that in the future, if you need to take a break, you can. Because I was able to. And I'm just as resilient as I was before. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you next week for sure.